Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Hawk beat Miguel at Coyote Creek during the events of Cobra Kai Season 2? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 2 would still happen. The mall fight would still happen in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. Moon would still break up with Hawk, and Kreese would interfere, and he would still want to take Hawk under his wing. So Kreese would still manipulate Hawk. He would still tell Hawk that the fight isn't over until he says it is. So Hawk and a couple other Cobra Kai students would still trash the Miyagi-Do dojo. Hawk would still steal the Medal of Honor in this timeline, and those events would carry on. Daniel would still confront Johnny in this timeline, and a couple other Cobra Kai students would still leave. And in this timeline, Hawk would get more one-on-one training with Kreese, similar to the one-on-one training Miguel had with Johnny. The events of Season 2 would carry on. Kreese would still want to get the students of Cobra Kai to train at Coyote Creek, so the students of Cobra Kai would still train at Coyote Creek. Cobra Kai would be divided into two teams, Team Black and Team Red, and Miguel and Hawk would still be on opposite teams. Miguel and Tori would still team up, and they would show no mercy to their opponents. Eventually, Hawk and Miguel would still fight. Miguel would still find out that it was Hawk that stole the Medal of Honor and trashed the Miyagi-Do dojo. Miguel would be angry, and he would want to fight Hawk. He would want to take back the Medal of Honor, but in this timeline, Hawk would use the extra training that he got from Kreese, and he would show no mercy. Miguel and Hawk would be evenly matched, but Miguel would still be fighting with some honor. Hawk would still kick Miguel against a tree, and Miguel would be somewhat injured. Hawk would notice that Miguel was distracted by his pain, and he would strike Miguel. So in this timeline, Hawk would take Miguel's headband, and he would finish him. Kreese would be impressed by Hawk's victory. The rest of Team Red would be cheering on, and since Stingray and Hawk were on the same team, Stingray would come out of hiding, and he would celebrate with the rest of Team Red. But this is when Miguel would stand up, and he would expose Hawk for stealing the Medal of Honor. Johnny would be surprised and angry, and he would confront Hawk. He would want Hawk to hand over the medal. Hawk would hesitate, but he would give Johnny the medal. Johnny would still be angry, so Johnny would kick Hawk out of Cobra Kai in front of everyone, and the events of Season 2 would still happen. Johnny would still kick Kreese out of Cobra Kai, and in Hawk's exile of Cobra Kai, Hawk would continue his training with Kreese, and in this timeline, Johnny would be the one to return the Medal of Honor to Robbie. Robbie would say that he knew that Miguel took it, but Johnny would say that Miguel had nothing to do with it, and that any anger he has towards Miguel to take it out on him instead of Miguel. He would say that the student responsible was no longer in Cobra Kai. Miguel would still try to reconnect with Hawk, but Hawk wouldn't want anything to do with Miguel. Hawk would tell Miguel that he's proven that he's a better fighter, so Miguel and Hawk wouldn't be friends in this timeline. The events of Season 2 would still happen. Moon's party would still happen in this timeline, but Hawk wouldn't be there. And since Miguel didn't return the Medal of Honor, Sam and Miguel wouldn't kiss, so the school fight wouldn't happen in this timeline. Johnny would continue to run Cobra Kai, but eventually Kreese would come back and he would retake Cobra Kai, so he would kick Johnny out of Cobra Kai. And since Johnny was no longer a sensei at Cobra Kai, Hawk would rejoin Cobra Kai, so Johnny would form Eagle Fang in this timeline. Miguel, Tori, and Aisha would join him, along with a couple of the other Cobra Kai students. There would be a rivalry between Eagle Fang and Cobra Kai. Hawk would still be enemies with Miguel, and he would want to continue to prove that he was a better fighter, so Hawk would continue his one-on-one training with Kreese. In this timeline, Hawk would go down an even darker path, and that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Hawk beat Miguel at Coyote Creek during the events of Cobra Kai Season 2? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys next time.